Verse of the day. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35 and 36. Do not throw away your confidence. It will be richly rewarded. You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. You guys gotta persevere all obstacles by any means necessary. And with doing so, stay confident in the process, because there's gonna be so many challenges and so many battles that come about and try to tear down the confidence you've built, the progress you've built, the countless times you were working really hard, late nights, early mornings, and just something so challenging is going to come through and just tear it down in one swoop if you allow it. So it's imperative and important that you stay on top of your P's and Q's and really lock in on the things that you want to achieve, and have confidence in the things that you're doing and that they're working out for you in the best of God's ability in pursuit of your overall goal and the desire. Because having the momentum while doing the thing is probably one of the most underrated things that you can have, because it just allows you to compound at a faster pace when you have that momentum. But when you lose that momentum and you gotta start over, it's a lot more challenging. And don't get me wrong, you can get it done. It's just more enjoyable when you have that momentum and that confidence. So protect that at all costs. With that being said, let's get to the charts. What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Let's get to it, man. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving and happy Black Friday. If you guys got some good deals, comment below what you guys got. Let me guys know. With that being said, let's get right to the charts, man. Starting out with SPY on the 5-minute time frame on Monday. We had a very crazy week, but to start the week off, we opened the market around this 662 level, and we had a breakout above 665.5. As we broke out 665.5, I then started to notice a trend was forming, so I went ahead and took a position above this orb level right here at this EMA cloud retest. We got an entry at this level here, and we caught a move from the 666.7 level back into the all-time highs of the day at 668.2. We took profits, and the day continued on, and the market just continued to push higher and higher. So that was Monday. We took a few trades here on Monday, but overall the market just ran up essentially, as you guys see. So that was our trading on Monday. Let's move on to Tuesday. All right, guys, so we have the Tuesday charts loaded up. And as you guys see here, we opened the day right below 670, opening at 669.99. We retested that level, had a sharp failure come into the market, but we reclaimed that level immediately. And I actually ended up taking calls here once I saw the continuous holding above the 667 level, which was also the orb low, I want to say. Yes, it was the orb low level here. As you guys see, we had failure below it, but we reclaimed it each time, going right back into 668. But we got a retest here off this level, and we had a failure to close back below it. That's when I took my position, and we caught this move back into 670 when we ended up actually breaking out and going higher above 670. However, I took profits, and I believe I got a re-entry later in the day after we broke back above 670 and got a retest of 672, I believe. And then we caught that move from 672 back into 675. Alongside this, we took some swing trades as well that we got in, and those did really well. So I was not mad about the way the market was trading in this very bull run setup that we've had ever since we touched the 650 level. We've been just on an absolute tear in the market, and we've been pushing higher. And as you guys see, we reclaimed that level that we had last week reject on Thursday, which was 675. And we actually closed the day out there right at that level. And moving into Wednesday, we're going to talk about what we did at this level. So let's get to Wednesday. Here we have the Wednesday charts loaded up. And as you guys see, we gapped above 675, opening the day at 678, I believe. 678 is where we opened the market at. going back into 680. We were trying to get a reclaim of 680. We, however, ended up failing around 679.50. I ended up taking puts at this level because we were in a zone of resistance. And we got a sharp rejection back down to 677, which is where I ended up taking profits, which was perfect exit point because we ended up reclaiming 678, pushing all the way back into 680 and breaking above 680, then pushing higher going into 682, which is where we ended up seeing some more failure back down to 680, and that's where we ended up closing the day at. But our initial trades were earlier in the day at this 679.50 level. We got that rejection there, and then I was pretty much done for the day. A lot of one and dones this week just because it was holiday season. I was not trying to overtrade the market. And on Wednesday, I actually ended up going out and giving out food to the homeless. So I wasn't too crazy driven on, trying to maximize opportunity in the market. I just wanted to get a one and done play for the day, a little bit of cash flow, and that's what we did. So we closed out the trading week prior to Thanksgiving green, and then Thursday we had the market closure, but Friday the market was open and we did take some trades. So let's talk about the trades we took. Moving on to Friday. If you guys are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to Continue Belief. We're posting content all the time. So tap in, share this post if you guys are new. Make sure you leave a like and follow, and click the link in the bio to join the community. I'll see you guys then. All right, you guys, and here we have the Friday's charts loaded. So as I said, Thursday was closed, but Friday was open. However, it was open half of the day, meaning that the market closed early, around 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. So we weren't able to maximize opportunity in the market, but we did take some trades. So let's talk about the trades we took. As you guys see, we have the Friday charts loaded up here, and we got some interesting movement. Initially off the open, we had a range-bound trading session between the high of that candle, which was 681.85, and the low, which was 680.5. I initially thought my bias was initially to the downside once I saw the rejections come in below the orb high and also below these EMA levels here, the blue and the green line, as you guys see. But we ended up reversing and reclaiming those EMA levels really quickly, and then from there I switched bias and I ended up taking calls to the upside, which I was able to maximize some opportunity from, going back into the pre-market high. Took some profit at pre-market high, and I took some puts back into the lows of this level. Caught some quick scalps there. Pretty much just scalping the day. I wasn't looking for a whole lot of opportunity just because there wasn't a lot of volume trade on the day, and it was a half day, so I wasn't looking to maximize the opportunity, just more so get in and out of plays really quickly, which is what I did. However, it didn't benefit me in the long run because we did end up taking a paper cut loss on some trades we took later in the day. After we took this play, we failed to get the re-entry back into the upside, and we missed out on that and ended up stopping out in this position. So we did end up losing a little bit of money on the day, but not to worry, we did make money overall for the week. So I was very happy with that execution overall this week because we had a really, really, really good week. Like I said, we took some swing trades that we got into, which I will talk to you guys more about in the future, but this might be the beginning of the holiday rally, and that's what we're going to talk about in the next clip, moving into predictions for next week, because next week is December, the start of the final month of the year and the final month of the quarter four. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can expect going into this last month. So let's move on to our expectations for next week. Let's get it. All right, everyone, here we have the SPY chart loaded up on the 4-hour time frame. As you guys see, we had a very, very crazy week this week. From 650 going all the way back into 683. Typical of the market in this holiday season for it to do something like this. It's known for having these kind of runs closer towards the end of the year, given that it's holiday season and everybody wants the market to end off on a very high note. You have things we have things that we call a holiday rally, and pretty much what that is essentially where all the markets just run up in a very aggressive, very bullish way, and they close out at possible new all-time highs, or if not previous all-time highs that we saw earlier in the year, and we get closer to that price range going into the end of the year. So that is a possible outcome that we could get going into this month of December. This first week of December, however, we are seeing signs of a reversal coming back into the market. We had a downtrend structure that we were forming previously to this week, but now that we have reclaimed the 680 level and going back into the 685 level, we could see a possible breakout back above 685 and going to retest the 690 level. So that would be the level to watch going into the beginning of next week, would be 680 and 685. If we get a break above 685, we can expect to see a retest of 690. However, if we fell back below 680, we can look to see a retest of 675. If we get a retest 675, that's where things can get tricky. We can possibly see a bounce from there going back into 680, or we could get another breakdown back below 675, going down lower into 670, and if not lower. The things that I think could possibly move this market in the downside would just be news regarding tariffs. If there's anything negative that can impact the tariffs in a way that the market has not already anticipated. The Fed rate was expected to be cut going into December's Fed meeting. So if we end up not getting that, that could be a possible thing that deteriorates the value of the market and makes it come back down. However, if we get good news and more news to drive the market up, we will see higher. So these are just a few things to be mindful of going into December. And like I said, I think that now that we've reversed this level of 675 and reclaimed 680, we now have the possible opportunity to push higher, possibly even to 700 to close out the year. Comment below what you guys think. I think that it's a very, very, very possible outcome for the market to close out above 700 this year, just based off the return and the growth that we had closing out this strong week. On the half week we have, just closing out the way we did, I think it's a very, very likely possible idea that we could see the market get close to 700 to close out the year. So those are my thoughts, you guys. Those are the levels to watch. Again, make sure to do your research, manage your own risk with your own due diligence, and trade safe, you guys. Until next time, I will see you guys next week. It's your boy CB with Continue Belief. Make sure you guys leave a like and follow, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time.